Hey, it just said it was trying to reconnect. I hadn't even started yet, so I guess I got cut off before I even started. Hey everybody, welcome to Man Mondays. Michael Duff here, and this week on Man Mondays, this is probably as punctual as I've been. I'm gonna, hey Tom, Richard, right on, gentlemen, David, nice. Yeah, I actually sat here for a minute or two. Patrick Donvito, dude, and I waited on the clock on my FiOS TV set, which is just so odd for us to have. It's the first time we've had TV in 6 years, I think. Anyway, whatever. I'm on time. Glad you guys are joining. So tonight, on this this Monday, this Man Monday edition, we're going to talk about construction. I did a little one the other day as I was walking past the Hudson Yards. For those of you who don't know, the Hudson Yards is the largest private construction project in the United States, and it is happening right on the other side of 30th Avenue from us. And it's a construction zone. I mean, Manhattan basically is a construction zone, pretty much. But this is, if you have time, after this, Google Hudson Yards, New York City, and you will be floored. And it's been happening since we've moved, and we, when the weather's nice, we'll go up on the roof and take a look, and just seeing the change and the, I'm a guy, I like to see construction stuff. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it's always been a thing that I've enjoyed seeing. So one day I was sitting on the roof, and I looked down and I was like, I wonder how many screws there are in this project, because it's massive. There's, I think, going to be 16 buildings. Like the Neiman Marcus is going to be there. It's just ridiculously huge. It's like a small city that they're building in Manhattan, and it's over the old train yards. But it just got me thinking. It actually, because this is the way that I think now, because I am writing this book. Hey everybody who's joined, Vinny and Michelle and Lauren and Maxwell, and for those of you who don't know, I'm writing a book. I'm writing a relationship book called Happily Unsingle. So guys, if you haven't, I would really love if you would go to happily-unsingle.com at some point. And I should be putting this in the, I'll put it in the description later so you have a link to it. But there's a one-question survey on there that would really help me out. I just want to make sure that, I've been getting a lot of questions, and there's some super cool ones. I just want to make sure that I have, that I'm covering what what is going to be helpful to you guys. So happily-unsingle.com, help me out and answer a one-question survey. And I'm actually going to be running the course as a masterclass live. So everybody who does help me out will automatically be able to, join the masterclass for free. So it would be a cool thing. I think it's great. Thank you for the hearts. It's very cool. If you guys want to share this, that's awesome too, because that's, the reason I'm doing this. I'm hoping to help some peeps, hoping to help you guys, and sharing it is caring. I said that. Anyway, so construction. So the thing that I started thinking about, and I think about this a fair amount, but I'm not going to veer too much off from my sports analogies, because that really is where my heart is, and where this book is. But as far as the construction is concerned, I thought about all of the screws like that are needed in this thing. I mean, when I go in our gym, it faces 11th Avenue. So in the morning, basically, I see this unending stream of cement trucks that come in, back up, offload their cement while 3 others are waiting there, and it's just like this constant thing. And they're pouring the floors further and further higher on the building next door to us, which is going to be like a 96-story building. So I've watched that go up and up and up, and just even that, just thinking of the amount of, cement truck isn't really small, but in the big scheme of things, it is really small. And how many of those small things had to happen? Hi, Renee. How are you doing? Rob Ehlers. Good to see you here again, buddy. Michael Joe, thanks for joining. But it got me thinking about how many of these small things needed to happen in order to build that massive building. And all of those buildings, there's an amazing art piece there. They're calling the Vessel, I think because I don't have another name for it, but it looks like a landing pad for an alien spaceship. But even that, it was built in, it was designed in England, it was built in Italy, and it was shipped over here in pieces. And all of that, just all these things, all these small things that you have to put together in order to make a bigger thing. And literally, this is how I play my relationship with Denise. It's just, you know, she still has the original ring that I got her when I asked her to marry me. I don't buy her a lot of jewelry. I don't buy her anything. That's not exactly true, but there's a lot of little things that go in, and it's like I always feel like I'm building, you know, just a little bit more and more and more, and our house together gets bigger and bigger, because I'm always putting more nails in. I'm always putting more pieces of wood down. I'm always pouring more cement, you know, in a metaphorical way. I realize I don't give a lot of examples, and I really need to start, so I'm going to start. I will say that you guys, I think when Denise was on here a couple times, she mentioned the closet thing that I did for her, and the pull-out shelves in the kitchen that I did for her, and those are like some of the things that I do, but those are actually bigger things that I do. But just really thinking along like the team, and here we go back to my sports stuff. If you're thinking like you're a team, she's on my team, I'm on her team. I want our team to get better. So what do I need to do? What do I need to do to? I just did a peace sign to my cousin, like she knew it was me doing it to her, but maybe she did. Yeah, like what do I need to do to make the team better? And, you know, quite often it's making me better, but there are, you know, she's in LA right now. And when she comes home, I know for a fact that she loves when the place is clean. So, you know, even though I have a 7 o'clock flight tomorrow and I have to get up at 4:30, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna make sure the place is, you know, spotless. And that's just, you know, that's just laying another piece of wood down, you know, just another piece of foundation for my team, for my teammate, because that's something that she likes. This is the construction thing. I don't know if that would be nails, or if that would be laying concrete or wood, or whatever the case is. Paying attention, because I do pay attention. I mean, it sort of helps that we work, you know, for years we've worked in the same place, basically. She worked in one end of the house and I worked in the other end of the house, so we work together a lot. We literally now work next to each other. We have desks right next to each other. That's going to be changing very soon, but still. So I am around her a lot, and I make sure I listen to her. This isn't exactly a construction thing, but it is a great tip. If you guys are listening, write this down. Listen. This is in my book, but you want to listen and you want to make notes, either mental notes. My other cousin O'Neill. Hey, Mike. Mental notes, or even if you have to write them down. I actually have notes on my phone. Some things that I think I just might not remember if it's a specific thing. I am writing a book, Mike. Yes, I am. It's not done yet, but I'm working on it. I have notes of, you know, like certain flowers I don't remember, and and she likes certain flowers, so I fucking make a note. And then when I'm somewhere that has flowers, I'll pull up my phone and I'll be like, okay, maybe not the romantic thing, but it's what she likes, so I just needed to make a note of it. But the thing is if I'm not listening, then I don't hear what she wants. So so I don't want to. I can't remember if I made this story before or not, but in the early days of social media, when Facebook was younger, when we were still living in LA, she had written a post on Facebook that said, man, I could really go for some, I think it was lemonade and something else. I can't remember what it was. And I was at my desk in the house, in the other end of the house. And so I just got up and I just left the house and walked down to 7-Eleven and got her what she wanted. And I just came and I just put it on her desk and I just went back to my desk. And no fanfare, but it was like, it's just that was pouring concrete. That's like making another addition, a small addition. It wasn't a big deal. It literally took me 5 minutes, but it was the thought, and thoughts are nails. For you guys who joined, I was talking about the big construction project going next door to where we live over here, and just thinking about all of the probably millions of nails. I don't know, tens of thousands of cement trucks that had to come in and are still coming in, because apparently it's going to go for another 10 years, this project. But all of the things, all of the many, many, many little things that it takes to build something big. And so this is what I wanted to let you know, as far as my take on a relationship is not, it's not, okay, so we took a vacation this year, I'm good, it's really, to bring it back to the sports thing, it's, in football, it's every yard, it's every first down. Like, you've got to do a lot of things right to get that first down. That's not the touchdown. That's not even the end of the game. So it's just adding, and it's continually being present enough to really, to push it forward, but staying in the game. And it's the same thing, the construction, games, life being a game, life being my favorite game. It's just a lot of little things that go into it. And it's the little things that are super cool. And the more little things you do, the better. I'm going to say hi to some people as I'm rambling here. Hi, Jill. Hi, Tony. Jürgen. Oh, Jürgen. Joe, Michael. Have you guys, do you guys have any questions or ideas, or hit me up with some stuff like this that you can think of that you've done that worked? Because I will say that I've done some things, some of these little things I've done for Denise that didn't really work. Either something that she wasn't really into, or something that maybe she knew I should have been doing something else, perhaps. What are you doing that when you should have been doing this? It's like, well, I'll get that done too. And to talk about my cousin's question here, I am writing a book for those of you who are later, and it's called Happily Unsingle. That's the title now, anyway. And if you can do me a favor, go to happillyunsingle.com, and there's a 1-question survey in there. I'd really love your help, and just tell me, answer that one question, and I will have your email forever. But it'll also get you into a masterclass that I'm doing for free. So I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a blast. Working really hard on the book, along everything else. Heading out to Orlando tomorrow for a conference with a bunch of geek friends, but that should be great. And So, okay, so what else was I going to say? So more examples of this construction aspect. And by the way, construction, if you guys are handy, construction is a really great thing along that line. You know, paint your house. If you can do it as a project together, it's even better. As mundane as like cleaning out a closet can be, do it together, you know, to create. It's a cool organizing thing, and you get to look at old stuff like, oh, look at this. We haven't seen that in how long? Do we even need it? Denise has a bunch of videos on decluttering, which are really cool. But doing things together is a great thing, and that helps the construction a lot because you're both actively working on it. Let's see. I have examples, but I'm like, okay, Tom, I work on the cars, do the brakes, fix broken stuff, etc. Right on. Yeah, which is great, Erica. Yeah, it's awesome. I would say that while that is part of your job, our job as guys, I think, is to keep the show running. You know, our job is to keep the cars running. Our job is to keep the house operational. Our job is to fix light bulbs. Our job is to, you know, do the guy stuff. And no, it's not chauvinistic. I absolutely know that women can do it just as well, often better. But it's, you know, there's a chapter in my book called Finding Your Rhythm, and you really just need to find your rhythm with your partner and where's the demarcation line. You know, with Denise and I do the food shopping, she cooks. I do the laundry, and she cooks. No, we both do laundry, but I do it more. I think just because I'm more particular, as odd as that sounds. So I don't know why that would sound odd, but I'm very particular, as Erica knows. Yeah, finding your rhythm. It's part of the. I have a lot of family on here. Billy Burke, great drummer, by the way, everybody. Billy Burke's in the house, my cousin. A lot of tattoos. My cousin has a lot of tattoos. I need more tattoos. And Erica has a lot of tattoos. Look, Erica and Billy Burke, they both have a lot of tattoos. It's a very heavily tattooed section of my comments right here. It's very nice. So, okay, so I started with the construction analogy. You guys who do construction, you know, don't let that stop when you get off work. You know, the mind frame should continue on to your relationship. You know, it's the little things. It's all of those nails that help build the house. It's all those pieces of wood that help build the house. Yeah, Tom, it's fixing the car. It's you know, doing those kinds of things, which is great, which, you know, saves money, and that's awesome. But you know, that's you know, just part of it. You know, is that something that she thinks is really cool? If she does, then right on. But there's probably other stuff that you can find out that would be like cool to her. You know, and that's I know a lot of guys work in their cars because they really like to work in their cars. Same with their motorcycles. So as much as it's a useful thing, sometimes it's just it may as well be us, like, you know, watching a football game. Which, by the way, European football. I actually was going to put this in the comments, but I just didn't want to muddy the water in my comment. But I'll muddy the water here. It is the Europa League championship is going on in Europe right now, and now that I have a TV again, it's taken a lot of discipline, I will say, to not do what I used to do 6 years ago when we had a TV, which is one of the reasons we got rid of it. To just sit and watch amazing games. But I'm good. I only watch it when I'm eating, and then I shut it off and go back to work because there's a lot of work to do, isn't there, Erica? Erica's my creative director, by the way, for Duff Web. And we're doing all sorts of amazing work for our clients right now, and I have her hopping. I have all of her tattoos hopping. But anyway, that's a tangent. So, my tip for Man Mondays tonight for the guys, I mean, it's for the girls too, but really I'm talking to the guys. Look at your relationship as a house or as a football game. How can you add, what kind of foundation you're building? I don't want to get too deep into that, but consider it like, in order to really build something good and strong, you have to do a lot of little things. So a lot of little things will often do a lot more than like one big thing. Like I was saying earlier, Denise and I, we don't really go on vacation. We went on our 25th wedding anniversary, and that was like the last real vacation we've had. We go on little trips and stuff, and we were at the 10X, Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Con. By the way, anybody who has any kind of business, you need to go to grantcardone.com and figure out how to get to the next 10X Growth Con. It was mind-blowing. Hey guys, joining. So your takeaway from this Man Monday is to start thinking about, are you doing a bunch of little things that will help build your relationship? And if not, what can you do? And I'm not saying like only do little things. If you're doing some cool big things, keep doing that. But it's all just to create. This relationship thing is just to create. And really, the more you do it, the easier it gets and the more fun it is. So I will leave with one more example of a little thing that I used to do back in the days of film. And Denise brings this up more often than I do, which really goes to show you how much it meant to her and kind of how little it meant to me, but it was something that I wanted to do. I would basically just drive with her to the lab to drop the film off. And it was just some nice time that we would spend together. It wasn't that long. It was, we lived in Studio City. It was Burbank. It was like a 10-minute drive, but it was nice. And we just, I just like, oh, you're going to the lab? I'm going to go, so, okay, great. So we just drove there and, 5 minutes in the lab, shooting the shit with the guys while she, placed her order, and then 10 minutes back in the car, and that was it. And I just, I wasn't thinking, oh, this is going to be a great feather in my cap. I just thought it was a cool thing. But I did realize that it is one of those little things that that really helps to solidify the construction. So there's that. Sports-wise, you're running routes. Make sure you're running your routes. If you're a quarterback, make sure you're leading the guy. You're playing baseball, 2 on, 2 out, plays to any bag. You know what I mean? All right, guys. It's the little things. Have a great week. I'm off to Tampa. I'm off to Orlando to have a great conference, learn a bunch of geek stuff with some great marketers at the ClickFunnels Funnel Hacking Live with my bud Jim Barber, who invited me. So it's very cool. I'm super excited. And okay, that's it. I'm out. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you dug it. Hope you go to happily-unsingle.com and answer my 1-question survey. It would be really helpful to me. And I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. And have a great week. And I'll probably be doing some from Orlando because I've never actually been to Disney World. It's Disney World out there, and that's where this conference is. So, all right, guys. Thanks very much. We'll see you.
See you.